Hi everyone, just thought I'll do this video quickly for people that don't see my community post. So, someone's called me a baby truther because I mirrored a video with someone talking about what they witnessed at the Astroworld event. You know, the satanic event that happened with Travis Scott, who I didn't even know existed before it came to news, but yeah, proper satanic. So I'm going to read this anyway to get your perspective of where I stand on this. So I'll put something I need to say. I am not a baby truther like somebody said. I look at all perspectives rather than one perspective, like some people do, thinking everything is fake and nothing to worry about. Because there are a lot of people out there that think everything's an act, everything's a stage, everything's fake, nothing to worry about. They're only doing it to act and keep us in so they can control us and all that, and that's all it is. They don't think about anything, the bigger picture. That's all they think. That's a psyop. They've got people to believe that. Yes, the world's a stage, which I'm going to continue. Ever thought those people might be psyops? I've put. Yes, most things are staged. And the world is a stage. Yes, a lot of things are acts. A lot of hoaxes happen. A lot of terror hoaxes happen. Sometimes there's false flags. There's also satanic rituals. And people actually do die. People do die. These people are evil. Yet there's psyops going around on YouTube thinking that everything's a stage. Everything's fake. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of everything is fake. I think everything's planned. In place. Everything on the news is planned, but it doesn't mean people don't actually die. Yes, people do actually die. Yeah? But the psyops going around now, the internet, that well, for a long time, even I picked up at one point thinking that everything's a lie, everything's fake. Yeah, most things are fake, but there are certain events where they do satanic rituals that are actually real, where people do actually die. Because these people are psychopaths. We are dealing with psychopaths. Yeah? And there's YouTube channels out there promoting that everything is fake and everything is staged and no one actually dies. Yes, people do fucking die. In some psyops. You know, some false flag or whatever. Some satanic ritual. Like what happened here. You know? Everything is planned in the news, I do believe that, you know, but not everything is fake. People do actually, they do kill people, you know, in some, maybe even some false flag terror attack where they kill people. The government or whatever, the controllers plan an event where people are just in that event at the wrong time and they get killed. And I think there are some psyops out there that try to convince people that no one actually died, when the reality is probably people actually did die. But of course, they didn't die by, like, the so-called terrorist or whatever you want to call it, but they died by the government instead, or the government controllers, because they planned that event to happen, and those people were just there at the wrong time, and they were killed. Deliberately, as planned, part of a ritual. Some things are fake. There are a lot of hoaxes out there. I'll probably say most things, but there are some that are not. Some people do actually die. People need to realise that. And I think there's some of these so-called truthers going around saying that everything's fake, everything's staged. Oh yeah, look at it, no one actually died. Yeah? What, they're trying to get you to believe that there's nothing to worry about until it's too late. I see straight through these people. You know, I see straight through them. You know, as I'll explain here. Yes, most things are staged, and the world is a stage, but there is more sinister and bigger picture behind it, rather than just accepting it as that, like many people do. Take gematria, for example, which I actually looked into gematria before all this happened, before 2020, in 2019. Yeah, and I looked too much into it, and I got blinded by it, by someone. So many people get sucked into that and only look at the numerology that they forget the agenda behind it and where it is going. people push that, the likes of Zachary K. Hubbard, who all he looks about is gematria and numerology, thinking that that's the most important thing in the world, and it's not. It's good to have an insight into gematria, but it's not the most important thing in the world. And people in that, I look at his subscribers commenting, they're so sucked into this gematria and numerology that's all they're looking at. They're not looking at the bigger picture and the agenda behind it. They're blinded by it. And it's the same for Jacozy Truth, who both pushed the Zionist movement to start off with, and now they're talking about the Jesuits at the same time. Makes you question, doesn't it, who these people really are? You know, I do question them. Like I've said, who I question are just narrow-minded people with gematria, and that is all that matters when there's so much bigger than that, and it is. You know, you need to start opening up people. You know, all those people that think, you know, and a lot of things are fake. Yeah, a lot of things are staged. And, I accept that I don't know a lot. You know, I don't. I'm still learning. But I look at some of these people saying that everything's fake, it's all Christ actors, nothing to worry about, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the gematria, that's what matters. They believe that the numerology, the number is created with the words. Yeah, they do gematria. Gematria is real. You know, they look at they code numbers into words and everything. But, you know, look at people like Zachary K. Hubbard, Jacozy Truth. These people, to be honest, I just question them because they don't look at the actual agenda. What they look at is numerology, numbers, and they talk about Jesuits. And yeah, the Jesuits are a big part. The Freemasons, is that whatever you want to call it. It's the system. The whole system is a problem. You know, they don't look at the bigger picture. They probably know about the bigger picture, but they don't want to talk about that because, in my eyes, from how I see it at the moment, and I could be wrong, I'm open-minded to anything, but from what I've seen, is these two people are just trying to take people down the wrong track. Only looking to numerology and numbers and changing letters into numbers. And look at the, you know, how the mainstream media codes numbers and they do everything numerologic, which they do. But when I look at the subscribers, all they're talking about is that's all they're talking about. They're not talking about what the agenda is and how to stop the agenda. No, all they're talking about is gematria, the numerology, comparing each, you know, number to letters. That's what they're doing. I see straight through it, guys. And I think a lot of you will too. So yeah, you need to look it into things more. You know, start having a bigger perspective, a bigger picture. Why they do the gematria, why they do the numerology, why they do the predictive programming, what it all leads to. Look at all the cults behind it. Look at the secret societies and you know, you can look at the Jesuits, the Zionists, the Freemasons, and how it all intertwines with each other, and how they've managed to get everyone into this trap. Look at it all, but no. These two channels look at, and what's the other one as well? Who I question? Oh yeah, Russian vids. That's another one who I question. You know, some of these people that don't actually look at the agendas and the evil behind it. They try to get people to think, oh, it's nothing to worry about. Blah blah blah. It's not a big deal really. Look more into the numerology and the you know, it's just. Yeah, you know, I'm not saying these two are shills or not. I don't know, but you know, maybe they are. Maybe they're trying to distract people, but maybe they're just genuine, and this is what they think gematria is the main thing of it. And yeah, it is. It does play a big part of it, I suppose, but it's not the actual main thing, because what I've seen with these two channels, and when you look at the subscribers and what they're commenting, all they're focused on is changing numbers into letters and letters into numbers, and looking at gematria all the time. They're not focused on what's being built around them. They're completely blind, and I think, and now when I look at that, I see these two channels as that's what they are, just psyops. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it. You know, I am open-minded to anything, and anything you guys share, I am open-minded to it. I will look into it. I'm not narrow-minded like people say, oh yeah, this is that, this is the other. The truth is, no one knows the truth. How can you know, no one knows it. We're looking for the truth. We kind of know part of it, that we've been deceived. And we know it's an evil world. Because there's so much evidence out there. But no one actually really knows the end game for this, you know, unless you're part of the cult. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Cheers.